आज हफ्ते इतवार है 4 बजे।
हेलो
हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
शुरू करो।
How are you, sir?
I am fine. Samarfi, start your presentation.
यस सर।
अच्छा, एक बात सब लोग सुन लें, मैंने बड़ा स्पीडी वो पिछला फोकस ग्रुप वाला किया है। एक्चुअली उसमें से जो स्लाइड्स रह गई हैं वो नहीं हम करेंगे, जो पढ़ ली हैं वो ठीक है, क्लास जो थी वो हम ऐड करेंगे। तो इसका मैं हल निकालता हूँ कि अभी कंप्लीट इसको कैसे करना है। इसको मैंने रिवाइज करना है, इसलिए मैंने इसको जल्दी से कवर किया है और मेरा ख्याल है कि मेजर पॉइंट जो है वो क्लियर हो गया होगा। अगर कोई डेफिशिएंसी रह गई है, कोई बात पूछना चाहें तो यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम, यू से एनीथिंग एनी टाइम।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
Faima, you do have 5 to 6 minutes to present. Please start now.
Okay sir. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today the topic of my presentation is silver coinage, Smashia, and interstate society by Byzantium and Athens in classical age. Silver coinage actually were the currency coins of ancient Greek, and this type of currency is one of the oldest form of coins probably, and British penny was also made of silver after this, and this article is actually revolving around the silver coins. This is a case study based on the interpretation of the classical Greek interstate society, debating on the close relationship between two eminent states of Greek, Byzantium and Athens under politico-economic conditions. Byzantium and Athens were the two states in the ancient Greek society. It is also includes a debate on the issuance of silver coinage. So basically this article is divided into 3 portions. The first section of the article includes the information about the conditions under which Byzantium worked in alliance with Athens before the invention of the silver coinage. And the second section reviews the era of early 4th century, which was considered to be the age in which silver coin was first issued. And the concern of the third and final section of the article is the re-establishment of the alliance between Byzantium and Athens, and it is supported by the epigraphic and literary evidence. In fact, this Smashia here, let me explain the word Smashia. In ancient Greece, Smashia was a military alliance chosen from among the city-states. In other words, we can say that it was an interstate military force which was headed by members of important states such as Sparta, Thebes, Aetolian, and the Athens, etc. Its purpose was to work together to keep a common treasury and to provide financial aid to the wards for the purpose of wars. So when we talk about the collaboration and alliance between the two states, Byzantium and Athens, the following questions emerge from the context: how the autonomous political entities collaborated in the interstate affairs of Athens, ancient Greeks, without a regulatory institution to oversee the matter, why an independent community chose to accord its affairs with the other state, what were the determining factors for the smaller powers to cooperate with the larger, why the smaller powers cooperate with the larger ones. In this, so next slide. In this period, the dominant powers directed the interstate affairs, and there was also a saying that the strong do what they will and the weaker suffer what they must. So here there is also a maxim fitted here, might is right. if we see the interstate relations through the lens of political scientists, the genuine collaboration is impossible because of the atmosphere of conflict and competition in the world. Realists are of the view that every state takes the other state as its potential rival. That is why the relations can't be of mutual trust. They are always reluctant to cooperate and seek for its own advantage. So, Byzantium was situated at and so next slides. Okay, sir. It, is it same? Byzantium was situated at the economically favorable position on the Bosporus Strait. Strait was a pass between these for the purpose of trading between the states, and it was situated at a favorable position on the Bosporus. Its location attracted the settlers from other areas in the early fifth century. It came under the occupation by the foreigners for a short period of time. Till the mid 5th century BC, Byzantium remained in the position of subordination to Athens because of the power of Athens as an imperialist. Byzantium was actually the weaker in power at that time. In fact, that is why it was easily occupied by the Athens. By using Byzantium Strait, Athens took access to Black Sea for trading and raised its annual profit to 40 to 50 talents. Talents was the unit of currency at that time. So they made much money from this trading by using this pass. Till in the early 4th and in late 5th century, the collaboration between Byzantium and Athens was in the form of subordination of the Byzantium and the power of Athens. So next slide. Next is the age of Byzantine silver coinage. When it was first issued, the date of issuance of the first silver coinage had been a controversial debate for many years. The political scientists were of the view that it was first issued close to the date when Byzantium successfully revolted against Athens in 411 BC. However, there is another argument by Thomas Fegira that silver coin might not be minted by the Byzantium because of the fact that it was already there was already a flow of silver, gold, and iron coins through the taxes on the goods from the other states. So it might be invented by some other trading state. There are some of the images of silver coins considered to be issued by Byzantine state. So next slide, please. Re-establishment, the third and last era of this section, re-establishment of an alliance between Byzantium and Athens. The issuance of the first silver coinage was clear evidence of the independence of the Byzantium, and it was also the alliance renewal with the Athens on equal basis. Prior to this invention, Byzantium did not share the equal political status and power. And after the issuance of silver coinage, they came at on equal rank. So after revolt against Byzantium joined the Spartan state in 411 BC, they got dissatisfied with the administration soon. So slide is changed.
That was your last slide. Thank you. You did well.
Sir, conclusion is left.
No problem.
Okay, sir. Fine. Thank you.
If anybody wanted to comment on Samar's presentation, come forward. Please, forward, unmute your mic and say whatever you want to say. Unmute yourself, your mic. Please.
Yes, sir. I want to appreciate Saima. She prepared very well and explained each and everything confidently and very expressive way.
Adaf, you can unmute your mic.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
But,
Sir, in fact, I want to appreciate Saima Rafiq. Are praiseworthy. She did very well. Her presentation was good and it was also very comprehensive. I really like her work. Thank you.
thank you all of you. Thank you for your comments. Shazia Latif, come forward and start presenting. Shazia Latif.
Okay, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Shazia Latif, and today's my topic is offering tables as ritual landscape and anthropological perspective of ancient Egyptian Matria Magica. Matria Magica means magic in the objects of daily life. So, in this case study, we find a funerary ritual offering tables in relation to deceased person. The concept was they were not deceased in an actual, but led their lives in underworld and got the power of God magically. Next. These are the introduction. Ancient Egyptian offering tables are the essential elements in funerary rituals. They are considered a link between living and spiritual affairs and are used to nourish the deceased person. It was considered that people were not actually dead, but they were leading their another life, a spiritual life. So they need to be nourished by eating and drinking. Tables were different in size, shape, and materials. According to their need and practice, places of their placement places of their placement were statues, houses, temples, and tombs. They carried depiction of ritual, vessels, and vegetations. Victuals are known the many mummified animals. These animals were the belongings of the deceased. Ancient Egyptian stocked tombs were clothing, furniture, and even mummified food to ensure continued comfort and happiness after death. Most commonly exhibit features connected with water. This case study is based on the informative study of 400 offering tables in Egypt, USA, and European museums. There is not historical record found in historical books, but finding of articles of different researchers and museums were the main source of information. So next.
Yes, next.
Egyptology, archaeology, and
Yes.
anthropology.
It's okay. Just
Wait.
use this terminology and go ahead. No need to detail.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So next.
Yes.
Okay. Setting the scene. There are important points to create the real underworld, where understandable picture of ancient Egyptian culture. The creative power of words and imagery was central to ancient magical practices, and the task of a priest or magicians was to discern and use the essence of spirit in humans and objects. Magical powers were believed to be inherent in stones, metals, minerals, plants, and animals. Anyone who could manipulate objects into becoming charged with divine energies was considered to be a kind of magician. Even the sculptor and artisan were described as life givers. The ka was assumed to be vital force resting in all things, both material and immaterial, while Hika was the creative impulse which activated the vital force in everything. That consider alive, they can talk, eat, and move in underworld. When Ating dead, he gained the power of God and started worshipping by people. Different gods and goddesses were involved in worshipping practices. Osiris, Osiris is the god of death, who was killed by his brother Seth, who cut Osiris' body into the parts and separated in all over the world. Isis was the wife of Osiris, who collected the body parts of her husband and gave birth a son, Horus, who become the god of sun. and the most powerful god of Egypt, and who took revenge from Seth for the murder of his father. This story was the base of symbolic features of different rituals of ancient Egypt. Water was a means of unifying the forces of chaos, or as evidence in Egyptian creation myths. It could be considered as the transference of creative forces through God's view. God's view means the blessings of God. It is considered as a life-giving force. Offering tables offering tables were considered as tools for offering life, giving liquid to Pharaoh. Pharaoh is the title of kings of Egypt. Those kings were the most powerful kings who after their death gained power of God and worshipped by the people. So next. Iconography means symbol and signs written on offering tables. Materials and forms of offering tables were supported to Hika process. Iconography on these tables has relation to the text written on the walls of the tombs, coffin, pyramids, and in the books of the dead. So next. Various forms and appearance of offering tables. Shapes or forms and appearance of offering tables, even colors are and materials found in ancient Egypt was depending on myth, tradition, and religious beliefs. Generally speaking, we can categorize them in four types according to their shape and appearance. The first one is an oval pottery offering tray found in Old Kingdom in ancient Egypt, having canals and basins on their surface. The second type is a limestone offering table containing a sunken area with two basins, a canal flowing through an external spout. And the third one is a pottery offering tray containing a shrine or enclosed structure inside a sunken country yard containing various offerings and a spout. And the fourth one is a poetry soul house made in courts where with a four-column facade and external spout. Note that the roof contains a smaller spout and basins-like features. If we zoom the screen, then we easily can see these features. Next. Sir, next.
Yes, next I have done.
Offering tables were placed in the proximity of ritual landscapes or inside the tombs, temples, and houses, as we can see in these pictures. So next.
मेरी स्पीड आपसे ज्यादा
Offering tables has both symbolic and functional properties. Funerary rituals did not. Yes, sir.
Carry on, carry on.
Funerary rituals did not complete without these tables. They symbolize the life after death. Colors of offering tables, sign of its properties, symbolized as transmitter of magical potency. Colors also indicated the color of Nile water in different times, like red color at time of inundation or flood, green when water went into the field for irrigation. Red color also symbolized the blood of Osiris, and white color indicated the tears of the wife shedded on the death of his husband, and milk which she shedded his son Horus. The god of the sun, the monster, the Horus, the god of the sun, and the most powerful god of Egypt. Offering tables functioned as a means to interact with the deceased. Their imagery and the offering list found in their vicinity indicate the religious importance and meaning of rituals. Canals and basins on offering tables symbolize the irrigation system of Egypt also. There is a life-giving force. Water is provided to the fields to give birth the plants and grains. So next.
Yes.
Link between water and offering table. As we have discussed, water is considered a life-giving force in ancient Egypt. Offering tables constitute
Yes, carry on. क्या हुआ है?
मेरा डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था
अच्छा
सर। आई कैरी ऑन सर, यही सही. As we had discussed, water is considered a life-giving force in ancient Egypt. Offering tables constitute an essential tool for supporting, harnessing, and activating this life-giving force. Offering tables were used to bring forth and store ka through the basin and other water features like canals. They are equipped with spouts where the water comes for to be collected after flowing across the surface table, and they poured it into the tomb. Most offering tables were made of stone slabs depicting the food and beverages to the deceased. According to the researchers, canals and basins may indicate the number of people of which they tables dedicated, but may be
Next is ritual landscape in ancient Egypt. There are two assumptions in ancient Egypt regarding landscape, physical and social, carried out by Shazia Latif. Hello. Shazia, can you listen us? Hello.
Sir, I think so. She is disconnected again.
तो आप पढ़ना शुरू कर दें, आप फीफा शहजाद, जब तक
जी
वो
सर.
वापस नहीं आती पढ़ना शुरू करो शाबाश.
Sir, landscapes in ancient Egypt constituted an interplay between natural and man-made elements. Chapels dedicated to the gods were
No,
built. Close
ritual landscapes in ancient Egypt जो
Sorry, sir, वो मुझे समझ आ गया. There are two assumptions in ancient Egypt regarding landscape, physical and social. Scared space is the area set apart from daily life. Space is changed into place if it is socially constructed to facilitate interaction between people and groups. A scared ritual landscape where hierophany takes place. In Old Kingdom, a ritual landscape was exclusively dedicated to the king, a landscape of power, a manifestation of order and cosmos. In Middle Kingdom, it became to the elite and the middle classes. Landscape in ancient Egypt constituted an interplay between natural and man-made elements. Chapels dedicated to the gods were built close to the Nile. Tombs were positioned higher up on the slope, reflecting hierarchy. Elite and elite were separated in life as in death. So next.
Yes.
Relation between offering tables and ritual landscape. Relation between offering tables and ritual landscape may be declined in funerary text. Comparison with actual mortuary landscape and try to identify their ritual functions. Three types of text. Pyramid text. Inscribed on walls of mortuary temples created a kind of hierarchy. Yes.
Carry
I
on,
think
carry
Shaz
on.
is there.
Carry on.
A visible manifestation of the sacred which is related to the specific place, a fixed ritual and use of specific magical utensils, offering tables. Coffin text. These spells were placed closer to the deceased since they were written inside the actual coffin and dealt with a personal journey through the dot. These texts provide advice to deceased regarding foods and drinks. Such advices may be compared to certain ritual acts perhaps carried out in connection to offering tables. Number 3, the Book of the Dead, a development shape of theme found in previous text. Description of underworld with God or essays and advice to use moral behavior. The presence of the book in the tomb indicated a guarantee of that offering rituals of offering tables.
Carry on, carry on.
Egyptology is a branch of archaeology presented the hidden picture of ancient Egyptian rituals. Archaeology deals with tangible object and anthropology tells us about the behavior, wear and tear of individual it once belonged to. features, placements, and use of offering tables tell us about the actual ritual and beliefs behind these rituals. Offering tables had their origin and became an artifactual focus in the tomb that could activate all magical entities via manipulation of water accompanied by use of spells of different text. Offering tables has not only connection with ritual sacred landscape, but it became a ritual landscape itself. It became an instrument of sacred power, materializing the immaterial.
Shazia Latif, you may comment the final comments from your side. No problem. You
Yes,
are
sir.
your connection was bad.
Sir, due to power,
No
I was
problem.
disconnected.
No problem. Afifa Shahzad have very well read your.
Yes. Thanks for FIFA for helping me.
No, you're most
No,
always welcome.
I only summarize this.
Yes, in only
as
1 minute. In 1 minute, please.
Okay, sir. Okay. As we study Egyptology, archaeology, and anthropology, all are interrelated to identify the ancient Egyptian rituals, features, use, and placement of ritual tables tell us about the importance of these objects in funerary rituals in relation to ritual landscapes, and as it became an instrument of sacred power. Word which I have used, materializing the material means to give a material substance a materialistic approach, like pouring life giving forth into the field.
चलें, थैंक यू वेरी मच. आपने बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंट किया और बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी थी. रियली एक bunch of information and knowledge था आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन में. और जिस तरह से मैंने आपको दौड़ाया भगाया, यानी जल्दी जल्दी मैं आप अभी ख़त्म कर रही थी तो मैं अगली स्लाइड पे चला जाता था. तो खूब आपने इस बात का हिस्सा लिया. यकीनन आपका सांस नहीं फूला होगा.
No, सर सांस मेरा उस वक्त फूला जब पावर फेलियर के बाद मैं ज्वाइन कर रही थी.
नहीं कोई मसला नहीं. और रियली अफीफा शहजाद आज की एक नई इजाद है. जिस तरह सुबह मैंने फर्स्ट सेशन में मलीहा जफर को कहा था कि वो अच्छी खबरें पढ़ती है, तो करीब करीब अफीफा शहजाद भी ठीक.
Oh my God, sir. Thank you, sir, for your compliments.
तो अभी हमारे पास आयशा और तो कोई प्रेजेंटर नहीं है ना? आयशा
नहीं सर. जी सर.
आप में से इन दोनों पे, अफीफा शहजाद पे और शादिया लतीफ पे कमेंट करना तो एक मिनट में जल्दी कर.
सर एक सबसे पहले तो शादिया, you have made very self-explanatory slides. A very big round of applause for you for this. And you have prepared very well और बहुत अच्छा explain किया है. And FIFA, you carried it very well और इसे ऐसे करना. और सर आप जो हैं, आपने जैसे स्लाइड को चेंज किया है, वो भी उसे कहते हैं बहुत उसे कहते हैं तारीफ की स्लाइड है. सीरियसली तो वो बहुत कहते हैं. आप जब साथ लेके चल रहे होते हो वो सब बहुत मुश्किल भी होता है कि आपने उसको पॉइंट पे भी रखना है और मतलब दूसरे जो हैं वो मतलब डिस्ट्रैक्ट ना हो जाएं. तो वो बहुत उसे कहते हैं आप बहुत कहते हैं मतलब क्योंकि बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर यू एज वेल.
इससे आपको समझ जाना चाहिए कि मैं आपकी एक एक लाइन सुन रहा हूँ, पढ़ रहा हूँ.
यस सर. यस.
और साथ साथ मैंने कोई आधा किलो जामुन भी खाए हैं.
सर और सर
you are all in all.
सर और शादिया के बारे में एक और बात भी है कि शी इज वेरी एनर्जेटिक.
यस
सीरियसली.
अच्छा एक और इसमें इजाफा करूंगी सर. शी हैज अ प्रेजेंटेशन फ्रेंडली वॉइस, लाउड एंड क्लियर.
या नो डाउट. चलें जी, माशाल्लाह, दैट्स वेरी गुड. अच्छा, अभी हम इस तरह करते हैं कि इररेलेवेंट तो कोई इसमें नहीं था, सारी कोर रेलेवेंट थी, बहुत अच्छी चीज़ें आ रही हैं. मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि मैं कंटेंट में से दूँ. आज मैंने आप लोगों को इंटरव्यू और टाइप्स ऑफ इंटरव्यू और मेथड्स ऑफ कंडक्शन इंटरव्यू बताना था. तो क्योंकि अभी टाइम ख़त्म हो रहा है, वो मैं मज़ीद उस पर बात नहीं कर सकता. तो इस तरह करते हैं कि फोकस ग्रुप और इंटरव्यूज़, वो मटेरियल जो मैंने अपलोड किया है या जो मैं आपके साथ शेयर करने जा रहा हूँ, उसमें आज मैं 2 पावर पॉइंट और 2 PDF में डॉक्यूमेंट अपलोड करूँगा। इन डेप्थ इंटरव्यू फोकस ग्रुप डिस्कशंस होगा, एक मेडिकल एजुकेशन से नर्सिंग का, दूसरा होगा इंटरव्यूज़ एंड फोकस ग्रुप्स। तो इसी मटेरियल में से आप कोई एक टॉपिक पूरा करके, तो 5 से 7 लोग अब आ जाएं एज ए वॉलंटियर। 5 से ज़्यादा ना हो, टाइम ज़ाया होता है, अच्छी तरह सुना नहीं जाता, अच्छी तरह डिस्कस नहीं किया जाता। तो ये एक रिवीजन भी हो जाएगी, तैयारी भी हो जाएगी, और मुझे ज़्यादा आसानी से उस दिन आइटम्स बना के आपसे शेयर करना आसान हो जाएगा। तो नेक्स्ट क्लास के लिए कम फॉरवर्ड द नेक्स्ट 5 to 6 volunteers प्लीज, कम ऑन।
Sir, may Muhammad Hanif present himself, sir?
जी हनीफ प्लीज बात करें।
Thank you, sir.
ठीक है मैडम आयशा, हनीफ साहब का लिखे नाम, इन्हें हम जरूर लेंगे।
जी सर।
हाँ, अदरवाइज आप इस तरह करें कि जो लोग प्रेजेंट कर चुके हैं ना, अदरवाइज अदर देन हनीफ नए लोग आए जिन्होंने भी प्रेजेंट नहीं किया। ये तहमीना शफी।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
अनम
सर
शहजादी।
साजिद अली अजहर अब्बास।
जी साजिद का नाम लिखें आयशा।
अजहर अब्बास का भी सर।
तहमीना शफी।
मारिया हनीफ सर, मारिया हनीफ भी आती है।
एक मिनट रुकें। नंबर 1 हनीफ, नंबर 2 तहमीना शफी, नंबर 3 अजहर हनीफ, नंबर 4 साजिद अली।
सर साजिद अली और अजहर अब्बास।
ठीक है, साजिद अली और अजहर अब्बास दोनों आ जाएंगे। मारिया हनीफ भी
सर,
जी जी
सर रिदा इकबाल।
अनम शहजादी ने भी बोला था ये साजिद अली के साथ ही।
अभी तक आप आयशा, अभी तक बोलने कितने नाम हैं?
सर मोहम्मद हनीफ, अनम शहजादी, साजिद अली, अजहर अब्बास, तहमीना शफी।
अच्छा, और कौन आना चाहे?
सर रिदा इकबाल।
जी
मारिया हनीफ।
एक मिनट, क्या कह रहे हो भाई?
सर मैं ये कह रही हूँ कि सर हनीफ ने तो प्रेजेंट किया हुआ है पहले, तो उनकी जगह मुझे रिप्लेस कर दें, बिकॉज मैंने आयशा को बहुत देर पहले जो है ना अपना नेम सेंड कर दिया था।
नहीं, आयशा इज नॉट ऑथराइज्ड टू एंटरटेन एनीबॉडी हरसेल्फ।
यस सर।
तो ये उस पे मेरी बात सुनना, उस पे वजन मत डाले ना।
नहीं सर, मैं वजन नहीं डाल रही एक्चुअली। मैं मेरा माइक जब नहीं
मेरी बात
हो रहा था तो मैंने उनको नेम सेंड कर दिया था कि मेरा भी बोल।
और मेरी बात सुन लें, इस तरह वो बेचारी खामखा क्लास में आप उससे बदनाम करोगे, वो फलां का नाम ला रही है, वो अपने तौर पे कुछ नहीं कर रही, वो सिर्फ वो काम करती है जो उसे मैं कहता हूँ। ठीक है। और
Sir Muhammad Hanif, sir, I was also thinking of it drawing so that new faces might appear, sir. I was also really thinking because no new face, no old face has come in this presentation, so I was also thinking of it drawing, sir.
Okay, so Maria Maqsood जो है वो हनीफ साहब की
कर
जगह है।
कर दे।
नंबर 1 मारिया मकसूद।
थैंक यू सो मच।
I also want to present.
ये मारिया मकसूद, आप प्रेजेंटेशन नेक्स्ट जो आपने करनी है स्टार्ट आपसे होनी है, तो सबको पहले ऑनलाइन मिठाई खिलाना।
सर मैं एक दफा नेम्स बोल दूं सीक्वेंस के साथ। आई होप अगर किसी को इसमें मारिया मकसूद, देन अनम शहजादी, देन नंबर 3 साजिद अली, नंबर 4 अजहर अब्बास, नंबर 5 तहमीना शफी। ठीक है। हेलो
जी, सब लोग को क्लियर है? ठीक हो गया। अच्छा, मैं अब आप लोगों को बता दूं कि आपने करना क्या है। ऐसे मैस क्रिएट ना करना, एक ही चीज़ सब तैयार ना कर लें। मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे। आपको स्क्रीन पे ये नज़र आ रहे हैं, 2 पावर पॉइंट्स हैं और 2 जो हैं वो PDF हैं। आप बताएंगे, नज़र आ रहे हैं?
यस सर।
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
हाँ, इसमें से कोशिश करें कि फोकस ग्रुप पर रिसर्च डिज़ाइन जो मैंने आज पढ़ाया है उसको दोबारा भी लें, क्योंकि मैंने बहुत तेज़ी से उसको ख़त्म करने की कोशिश की है, लेकिन हम उसको डिटेल में जाना चाहते हैं। सेकंड, ये इंटरव्यू मेथड इन रिसर्च हैं, ये हैं, इसे ले लें। तो आपस में ये 6 के 6 लोग यूँ करें कि कोई ओवरलैप ना कर रहा हो। कोई जी
सर 5 लोग हैं। 5 लोग।
ठीक है, 5 लोग। 2 लोग 3 लोग फोकस ग्रुप कर लें, 2 लोग इंटरव्यू कर लें और इसको स्किलफुली वाइजली आपस में डिवाइड करें और ओवरलैपिंग ना हो। और काइंडली आप लोग ईमेल उस वक्त करते हैं जब हमारी क्लास का टाइम शुरू हो जाता है 9 बजे। अगर आप सैटरडे तक ईमेल कर देंगे तो मुझे आसानी रहेगी, मैं देख सकूंगा उन्हें। ठीक हो गया?
ओके सर। ओके सर।
सर
जी जी।
मुझे CMS पर स्लाइड्स नहीं मिली, आपकी अपलोड नहीं हुई।
हुई है जनाब, वो आप गौर से देखें तो बिल्कुल मिल जाएंगी। मैंने फोल्डर बना के फोल्डर की एक्सेस दी हुई है। तो
वो आपके लेक्चर से रिलेटेड नहीं है, मतलब जो लेक्चर में आपने प्रेजेंट किए हैं वो वाली नहीं है।
अभी वाली जो बता रही हो?
नो सर, इथनोग्राफी जो है वो वाली नहीं है, और डाटा एनालिसिस जो था, डिस्कोर्स एनालिसिस, सॉरी।
आई रीचेक दैट, लेकिन आई एम श्योर कि मैंने किया हुआ है, मैं दोबारा देख लेता हूँ।
ओके सर।
तो अगर इस तरह नहीं है तो मुझे आप किस तरह वो करें, व्हाट्सएप कर दें या ईमेल करें ताकि मैं अपलोड कर दूँ वो रेलेवेंट।
ओके सर।
सर ऐसा ही है कुछ कि जो आपने वो प्रेजेंट की थी उस वो वाली नहीं है, वो और है, थोड़ी डिफरेंट है।
अच्छा, जो भी है ना, जो आप चाह रहे हैं मुझे प्लीज़ किसी तरह कन्वे करें, या व्हाट्सएप करें या ईमेल करें।
ओके सर।
हाँ जी, अदरवाइज कोई बात आप लोगों ने करनी है, 2 मिनट हमारे पास टाइम है, 2 मिनट में जो आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं बता सकते हैं। तो पेपर्स के बारे में आप सिर्फ पढ़ें, परेशान नहीं होना, और वो एंजाइटी नहीं अपने लिए क्रिएट करनी। ये जो प्रैक्टिस करवा रहा हूँ बेसिकली आपके पेपर की तैयारी ही करवा रहा हूँ। तो साथ साथ
राउंड अबाउट क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन है, डेट क्या है मतलब फाइनल?
मुझे नहीं पता, यूनिवर्सिटी बताएगी। साथ साथ हम पढ़ भी रहे हैं, साथ साथ हम पेपर की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और एंजॉय भी कर रहे हैं। मैं तो कर रहा हूँ, मुझे नहीं पता आप कर रहे हैं कि नहीं। सच्ची सच्ची बताएं। हाँ हाँ
सर, जैसे आज आपने थॉरली बताया MCQs या शॉर्ट या इस तरह से आ सकते हैं, जो डिस्कोर्स एनालिसिस है अगर उसमें भी एक दफा हमें दोबारा से बता
करेंगे,
दीजिएगा।
उसको हमने रिपीट करना है, करेंगे।
थैंक
नोट कर लें, मुझे याद भी करवाएं बाद में।
जी।
हाँ जी, ये जो टेंटेटिव टाइम है स्केड्यूल पेपर का, ये यूनिवर्सिटी बताएगी, उन्हें आप ईमेल करके पूछ सकते हैं। प्रेजेंटेशन से जो है ना, मुझे न्यू फेसेस सामने आ रहे हैं और मुझे आप लोगों के बारे में बहुत कुछ अच्छा जानने में मिल रहा है। मैं क्लियर हो रहा हूँ। अनीफ, आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे थे? अनीफ?
नो सर, इट वाज बाय मिस्टेक।
नो प्रॉब्लम। चलें जी, फिर ऑल द बेस्ट। इट इज़ लास्ट मिनट टू क्लोज दिस। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू।
आप लोगों ने बड़ा
थैंक यू सर।
अल्लाह
हाफिज़। May God bless and preserve you.
थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू।
Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।